Hi, this is question 9 from the 2.1 homework. So we have two complex statements. Statement A is that Bob is both a math and computer science major, and Ann is a math major, but Ann is not both a math and computer science major. And statement B, it is not the case that both Bob and Ann are both math and computer science majors, but it is the case that Ann is a math major and Bob is both a math and computer science major. Complicated statements, but they are made up by connecting three basic statements. Bob is a double math and computer science major, so we're going to call that little b. Ann is a math major, that's little m. And Ann is a double math and computer science major, that is little a. So I'm going to analyze these statements by picking out these three statements within them and connecting them with and or and not. Okay, so Bob is both a math and computer science major. That is statement B. So let's see, I'm going to highlight this. Statement B. Okay. Ann is a math major. That's statement M. Okay. But Ann is not both a math and computer science major. So Ann, being a double math and computer science major, that is statement A. Ann is not both a math and computer science major, so that is not statement A. That is the opposite of statement A. So our connecting words here are and but. So and is the little upside down V. But is a word we use in English that tends to represent and before a negation. So this is really an and. So this statement says B and M, definitely B and M, but not A. So B and M and not A. Okay, so that one is the second option here. Okay, which of the following is the symbolic form of statement B? So let's break statement B down. So it is not the case that both Bob and Ann are both math and computer science majors. So Bob being a computer science major Bob being a double major and Ann being a double major, those are two separate statements. Okay, that is B and A. Okay, so it is not the case that B and A. So this is not B and A. So it's not the case that B and A are true. It's not the case that Bob is a double major, and it is not the case that Ann is a double major. Okay, but it is the case, so but is an and again, it is the case that Ann is a math major and Bob is a math and computer science major. Okay, so it is the case that Ann is a math major and Bob is a double major. Okay, so that is, Ann is a math major, that is M. And Bob is a double major, that is B. Okay, it is the case that both of those are true. So that's an and in between there. And but also we treat as an and. Okay. It's the case that those are both true. Okay, so this one is not the case that Bob and Ann are both double majors. But it is the case, so and it is the case that Ann is a math major and Bob is a double major. Okay, so that is option, the last one. I'm going to start working on the truth table for statement A only. So I know in your homework you're supposed to do A and B, but they didn't give you all the columns to fill out to come up with the truth value of statement A and the truth value of statement B. I needed more space to write this out. So I'm going to do them each separately so I can fit it on my piece of paper. Okay, so they gave us statements little b, little m, and little a, and they filled in all the possible truth values, right? So we have true, 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 false, 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 and then true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false, and then alternating true, falses. And this will give us all the possible combinations for those three statements. Okay, so an and statement is true only when both statements are true. So B and M can only be true if B and M are both true. So here I have true, true, so that B and M would be true. Again, I have true, true, so B and M are true. Okay, then I have true, false, false, true, false, true, false, 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 false. So everything else is false, because if you have any falses, the and statement is going to be false. The only way B and M is true is if B is true and M is true. So when I look at all the rest of the B and M combinations, they all have at least one false. So I'm filling out the rest of this with false. Okay, not A, so that's just going to be the opposite of the truth values we've assigned A. So this is going to go false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true. And then I'm going to look at the final statement capital A, which was B and M and not A. So this is an and statement. Okay, so both B and M has to be true and not A has to be true for this and statement to be true. So I'm going to look at B and M, and I'm going to look at not A, and if I get two trues, I put a true here. If anything other than two trues, you put a false. So true, false, that gives me false. Okay, true, true, that's a true. False, false is false. False, true, false. False, false. False, true. False, false. False, true. Okay, so I only have one true in here, this one right here. So this is the truth table for statement A. I'm going to do the truth table for statement B on the next slide. Okay, I've gone ahead and set up the truth value, the truth table for statement capital B. So the truth table that they gave us in WebAssign just had B, M, and A, and then it jumped all the way down here to statement B. So I've broken statement B down into smaller pieces whose truth will be easier to analyze. So this first part of statement B is not B and A. So I'm just going to look at B and A first. Then I'm going to look at not B and A. Then the second half of this and statement is M and B. So I'm going to look at that by itself. And then finally, I'm going to look at an and statement between these two columns. Okay, so I'm going to start by filling in the truth values, all the possible truth value combinations for B, M, and A. So when you have three statements, sort of the quickest way to do this is usually to put 4 trues, 4 falses for the first statement, and then do 2 trues, 2 falses, and alternate like that. And then true, false, true, false. Oops. Okay, so now I want to analyze the truth of B and A. So I want to look at column B and column A, and it's an and statement. An and statement is only true if both statements are true. So true and true, this one gives me true. Okay, then B and A, true and false, so this is false. If you get one false, at least one false, it's false. Okay. True, true, so this is true. True, false. False, true, false, 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 true, false, false. So all the rest of them have at least one false in there. So the rest of this column is going to be false. Okay, then in my next column, I have not B and A because that is part of my final statement. So I'm just going to reverse the truth values on my B and A column. So this is going to be false, true, false, true, 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 true. Okay, M and B. So now I'm looking at these first two columns. I'm looking for double true. Okay, only a double true would make an and statement true. So I'm looking for true, true to get a true here. Anything else will give me a false. So here, true, 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 true. Everything else has at least one false. So this is going to be true, true, and then everything else false. Okay, and then my final column is not B and A and M and B. So I have truth values for not B and A, and I have truth values for M and B. For the and of these two to be true, for this whole statement to be true with an and connector, both this has to be true and this has to be true. So I have to get true, true to get a true here. Anything else will give me a false. Okay, so I start with false, true, so that's going to be a false. Okay, then I have true, true, which gives me true. Okay, then false, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. Everything else has at least one false, so I'm going to put in falses for everything else. Okay, so now we've actually done the work of creating truth tables for statement A and statement B, so I can fill in the answers in WebAssign. So this was false, true, and then false, 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 false. And statement B was also false, true, false, 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 false. Okay, so are the two statements logically equivalent? They have the same truth tables, right? They are always either both false or both true. So these two statements, A and B, always have the same truth values. Therefore, they are logically equivalent.